YouTube, it's Will from Will Development, and this is my 200th weekly update. 100th weekly update number 200. So this week went pretty okay, actually. I did hit a new squat PR of 395, which is very exciting. Very close to 400. Going to just be backing off this next couple weeks leading into the Russian squat program, but I will be saying my total is 400 as my 1 rep max, which means by the end of the program I should be at 420, which is good. So that was exciting. I've been doing a lot of seated pressing this week, a lot of press work this week, which I will be doing tons and tons of pressing over the next 6 weeks, as well as some more deadlifting, rewriting my program basically as we speak. Especially after today, I went for a 410 deadlift, trying to get back into it, and everything stayed tight, but I missed it. I got it halfway up and fought with it for, it always feels like way longer than it is, but it felt like I fought with it for a very long time before everything started to give out, and, I just called it and just put it back down, but it was, it sucks because that's a really, it was like one of those lifts where a lot of times I don't really put my whole heart into every single lift I do. Maybe I should, but I just don't. I kind of gauge importance and stuff like that, and I felt like complete dog shit when I got up this morning. Just terrible. Not enough sleep, not enough rest, not enough water. Everything was rough this morning. Everything hurt. Did some stretching at work, best I could, and everything was still really bad when I walked in. But when I pulled my 385, that went pretty okay. And so I said, well, I can hit 405 again, or I can just go to 410. I was like, 405, or I could just go to 410. Went for the 410. I attempted it about 3 times. For me, usually if I don't get it the first time, I'm not going to get it after that. It's just the way it works. Because especially on that one, it hit me hard. I didn't handle it well. Walked off screaming, banging my head. Not necessarily proud of the way I acted, but it is what it is. I'm just going to try to get some good sleep tonight and come in tomorrow morning and try to do something good. I want to get at least 100 pounds on the circus dumbbell because I got to like 85 the first time I used it, and I want to do better than that. I want to get 100 tomorrow. So, good sleep tonight should facilitate that want, that need. But yeah, I'm going to be rewriting my program and going to the Russian squat routine and trying to do that. And I'll discuss that more probably next week because I'll probably write it this weekend. I've got a lot of personal matters to attend to. My house is giving me trouble. I think I have some wiring issues, some circuit breaker issues. Perks of being a homeowner, it's just lovely dealing with this shit at 20-something, but that's what I get for buying a house, right? But luckily I know relatively what I'm doing, so hopefully I won't get electrocuted Saturday after the gym. And yeah, I don't know what the moral of this week, I don't know what the moral of this week is. I guess some days are good, some days are bad. And I mean, today really wasn't even all that bad. I mean, I fought with that 410. No back pain. Felt it all in my glutes and my hamstrings. So, everything worked right. It just didn't happen. And then I did 5 sets of pull-ups, 10 each, so I got 50 total reps today. Except for the last set, I got to 5 and then went for the 6th and dropped. And I had to take 30 seconds and then jump back up there and do 5 more. Which that's, pull-ups are moving in a good direction. So, I mean, things aren't all bad. It just, that some lifts just, when you fail them, it hits you harder than others. And I kind of had to fight being a child because the second it didn't work, I screamed, ran off, slammed my belt into the room on the floor and walked into essentially the waiting room of our gym and just kind of sat there. Everybody just leave me alone. Which is probably not the adult way to handle failure like that, but, it's like, it just sucks. was tired, I didn't want to be there anyway, and I went in anyway, and it was going okay, and then the one thing I poured my heart into failed, and it just, it sucks. That's all there is to it. And rather than just leave and go home, I still finished up what else I was supposed to do, which was pull-ups. I still went over and did what I was supposed to do. So, I mean, if you want to call that a redeeming notion, then I guess that's what it is. But I'll probably always handle them that way, because I for the most part, if you ever lift with me, you'll see I don't really put a lot of emotion into much things. I've tried to keep my emotions down as much as I can, because I'm a very, very, very emotional and passionate person. And if I were to actually let it go, it's never served me well to do that in any place that I've ever done it. Especially the emotions. I mean, the passion, yeah, that's helped here and there with things like my cooking. I love cooking. I still do, and I'm still very passionate about it when I do it. I have pretty high standards and stuff. And with lifting, it's definitely a passion of mine. It's probably the main passion that I have in terms of a discipline. But the emotional part, I always try to keep that kind of on a leash, on a pretty short leash, because if it gets let out, it's never served me well. It just clouds me, and I don't get things done right. So maybe that's something I'll change. Maybe I'll start letting my emotions kind of push through a little more, because I sort of feel like if I had been that angry walking in to that lift instead of walking out of it, it may have aided in the lift. I don't know. Who knows? It may have caused me to just lose focus and then bow my back, and it would have been just a shit lift, but I would have gotten it. So it's it's one of those days. It just felt like nothing. I look back on it. It's like I couldn't have won that anyway, and it sucks. And I'm tired and on edge all day anyway, just because of how little sleep I got last night. I just slept like shit. Everything hurt, and then I woke up and it was like shoulders hurt, elbows hurt, knees hurt, hips hurt. Back felt pretty good actually. Like the whole back felt fine. So does my chest. My chest feels good. I've been doing basically just 3x5s all week on bench, just putting little 5 pounds on each session, and it's felt really good. No pain in the shoulder anymore. So back up to 260 for fives. Sets of 5, so that's feeling good. Which I feel like that's my version of a deload, right? I feel like going into the Russian squat program with that sort of thing, it's going to lend me the ability to go a little heavier on certain days. But like I said, I'll talk more about the breakdown of that probably next week, because I don't give a shit about anything right now. People were trying to talk to me, and I was just brushing them off afterward, because I was just angry myself, and it's there's nothing you can do, which sucks. There's nothing I could do today, and that sucks. But we'll just go back to the drawing board, and we'll just have to work harder. That's all there is to it. Or smarter. Probably smarter is my problem. I think I could probably always work harder, but I definitely need to work smarter too. And we'll go from there. So sometimes you just need to work smarter, and if you don't, then what's your excuse?